Hey Robert, Connor here with Handy Toyota. So I heard you're doing some searching around, checking out some new Priuses, so I just want to take a few minutes and run over the all-new 2015 Prius 4 with you. So the 2015 Prius 4 comes with a 1.8 liter gas motor and also the Synergy Drive electronic motor that Toyota manufactures. Now both of those are going to help you achieve a gas mileage of anywhere between 40 and 45 miles per gallon overall, which is pretty great for a car of this size. So on the front of the vehicle, we're going to have projector beam halogen headlights. Are going to be way better for visibility at night, both for the driver and oncoming traffic, as they're a little bit more reflective than your average headlights. And we're also going to have the daytime daytime running lights built right in, as well as a standard feature. And now for the wheels, we're going to have the 15-inch alloy wheels. Now essentially alloy wheels are going to be a lot lighter than your average steel wheels, and they're also going to be a bit more durable, so it's going to help you out with that gas mileage. And the brakes themselves are going to be electronic brakes, so they're going to bite a lot tighter, adding to that braking force. And also, whenever you use the brakes, that's going to recharge that electric battery for you all on its own. So as you come around to the side of the vehicle here, the outside mirrors actually are heated outside mirrors. So whenever you use that rear defogger, it's actually going to heat up the outside mirrors for you as well, too, to break away any of that ice that gets frozen on there. So as you come around to the back, this is going to be a four-door sedan type vehicle, but it's also going to have the hatch. And the back seats fold down. I'll show you a little bit more about that in just a minute. But as we come around the back, we're going to have the Prius badging. And right up underneath the tailgate here, we have this little tiny camera. So whenever you throw it in reverse, it's actually going to give you a projected path of what's behind you. So it's going to make parking, getting in and out of parking spots a lot easier. So another cool feature on the Prius is going to be the automatic opening door. Now this is locked. I'm going to show you. I'm going to press the lock button. And now if the key is in your pocket, or if you're just coming around in the vehicle or anything like that, all you got to do is stick your hand behind it. It's going to sense that you have that key. If it's in within 10 feet, I believe it is, it's going to unlock that door for you without even having to touch the key fob. So for the head unit on the 2015 Prius 4, we're going to have what's called Entune audio. Now essentially that's Toyota's version of their Bluetooth capable touchscreen head unit. So right now we're in the audio portion of it, and we're going to have our AM FM just like you would on any normal vehicle. Then we also have our satellite radio, and you get a 90-day free subscription to try that out, and then you can add on to that as you go along. We also have our Bluetooth audio. Basically, if you have a phone or MP3 device that's Bluetooth capable, you can sync it up and play your music right through the Prius itself. Most of the times you can actually pick it right on the display screen instead of having to use your phone. And then there's also, you can't really see it's not lit up yet because we don't have a CD in the tray, but we also have CD and auxiliary as well. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the app section. As you can see here, it's already got a couple apps loaded on. We have our the navigation is going to be a standard feature. It comes with Pandora as well, Bing search engine, and iHeartRadio. And if you download the Entune app on your phone, you can actually download more apps as you go. They have ones that are capable for this vehicle. And if I go over one more, it's actually going to give us predicted updates on local movies, sports, traffic, basically anything going on in your town. This Prius is already going to know what's going on better than you are. So I'm going to go over the setup now. Now the setup is going to where you're going to set up all your settings. You have your general settings, the Bluetooth settings, your vehicle settings, audio settings. So let's just go into one, show you what it's all about. So you can change the language, you can change the beep style, the personal data. Then when we go into, say, the vehicle, you're going to be able to actually set the locks on the door. So when you start driving, you can set what speed they're going to lock, when you want it to unlock, all that kind of stuff. You can basically remap the entire vehicle yourself. And if you have any questions about doing anything of that, definitely just swing by any Toyota service, and they'll be able to help you out with that. Then I'll be able to show you how to do that as well whenever you come in to check it out. So now I'm going to go over to the car settings. This is going to show you basically everything that your car has been doing in the last 30 minutes as you've been driving it, and you can actually go back a little bit farther than that. It's going to show you your cruising range, your gas consumption, and how much how much of the electric motor you're using, And this is actually going to come with a JBL Green Edge audio. And JBL is the upgraded sound system we have. This is actually going to have 8 speakers in it, and the sound is just incredible. It's something you got to hear for yourself. And right below that, we're going to have our climate zone. As you can see here, you can actually set the certain degree. And say if I want to set it to about maybe 84, and I want to get it up to that temperature without having to adjust the fan myself, all I got to do is hit the auto feature, and it's going to start heating it up for you until it reaches that degree. Then if you ever want to cancel that, all you got to do is either hit auto again or just hit off, and you're going to go back to the normal setting. This is also going to come standard with air conditioning, both heated and cooling. So that's they never try and cut corners with the Prius. They try and do everything they can to put all the up-to-date technology in it. And for the shifter, Looks a little funny to someone who doesn't really know much about a Prius, but essentially it's going to be just like your regular shifter. It's going to have drive, neutral, and reverse. And to park it, it's just going to be a simple button. So if I go to throw it in drive and I want to come to a park, all I got to do is press that button and it's going to lock those brakes up for us. So this is going to be that backup cam I had mentioned before. Whenever I throw the vehicle in reverse, it's going to give us that projected path of whatever's behind us. So for our display screen up on the dash, this is where we're going to have all of our electric speedometer, and our fuel gauge is going to basically show us everything about the drivability of the vehicle. Now right in the steering wheel, all I got to do is hit this button that says display, and you're going to be able to cycle through all the different key factors of the Prius. It's going to show us our consumption, our eco savings per record. You can set your settings through here. It's actually going to show us when you're using the electric motor and the gas motor. And being a hybrid, it's going to switch over automatically, so you never have to worry about which one you're actually using. That's going to be something standard on the Prius. As you can see here, all the controls right up on the dash are also going to be the same here on the steering wheel, which I'll show you in just a minute. So as I just mentioned, we're going to have all the controls here on the steering wheel, and the steering wheel itself is going to be completely adjustable. It's actually called tilt telescopic. You can pull it out and move it up all in one motion. And as you can see here on the left side, we're going to have all our head unit controls, which is going to control the head unit, obviously. And you can be able to adjust your volume and go through the different modes and sources. And we're actually going to have our phone options here as well. So when your phone is paired up, you can actually make calls without having to touch your phone at all. And the way you do that is through this voice recognition button. All you do is press it in and say call so-and-so in your contacts, and it's going to make that call, and then you can speak right through the speakers of the Prius. And on the right side, which I was doing before, you can actually cycle through the display right up on the top up there. That's going to tell you all about the way the vehicle drives. You can adjust your trip miles as well, and all that's going to be able to be done right here on the steering wheel. So the rear view mirror itself is actually going to have a couple different functions as well. It's got what's called Home Link. It's actually going to sync right up to your garage, and with 3 different adjustability doors, so you can actually set that up without having to buy an aftermarket kit for that. And it's also actually going to dim itself down too, so if there's a glare in the rear view mirror, it's going to dim itself to make it a lot easier to see out the back. So not only do we have that rear backup camera, but the mirror itself is going to adjust itself to help you see better. And now for each of the sun visors, they're both going to have the vanity mirrors with the light that pops on as soon as you open it. Pretty fancy. And right above us, a lot of cars don't really have these days, but we're going to have that classic sunglasses holder as well. So right underneath the center console, we're going to have our heated seats. Both the driver side and the passenger side are going to be both heated. We're also going to have one of our 12-volt plug-ins here as well. So if you have a car charger or anything that's car accessible, you can plug it in right here. And then up by the shifter, we're going to have 2 cup holders, one that folds open like this, another one that's more exposed right by the center armrest. And for our center console, we're also going to have another 12-volt plug-in down here. So if you have a phone that you want to put away and keep out of sight for a little bit, you'll be able to plug it in here and just stick it in the center console. And we also have our USB and auxiliary port plug-in as well. So not only is it Bluetooth capable, but we're going to be able to plug in any USB cords or auxiliary cords too. So for the rear seats in the Prius 4, as you can see here, I'm between about 5'8" and 5'9", and I got plenty of leg room, and this seat's probably a little more than halfway back towards me. So not only are we going to have a bunch of space up in the front, but the rear passengers are also going to have a lot of leg room. And it's also going to come with all power door locks, power windows, which seems kind of redundant in an all-power car. Definitely want to have all of that. And the cool thing about these seats as well, is we're going to have the fold-down armrest with the 2 cup holders. And then the entire seat themselves are going to fold down as well. Show you what that looks like when they're all the way down. So it opens up the entire back, almost like a minivan type deal. I'm just going to pop open the trunk here in the back as well. And also to add to that extra cargo space, we're going to have complete accessibility to underneath it as well. It's going to be all sorted out so you can keep basically anything in there, and this pops out as well. So you can actually take that out. We have all this storage underneath as well. So Robert, again, I'm Connor here at Handy Toyota, and I just showed you some of the cool features on our 2015 Prius 4. You can reach me here at 802-528-2252, or just stop in whenever you get the chance. Thanks.